our Trailblazing Women series, introducing you to incredible female leaders breaking barriers not only for themselves, but for the future of all leading women.
Let's take a walk as we tell this story, because today's Trailblazers are Robin and Andréa McBride. They are co-founders and CEOs of the McBride Sisters Wine Company. It's the largest Black-owned and female-owned wine company in the U.S. And ABC's Alexis Christoforous has their story.
Full-time, I think we have around 60, and then we have seasonal people that come in during harvest.
For half-sisters Andréa and Robin McBride, the love of wine is in their DNA. And so is the drive to turn that love into a thriving business.
We didn't have a bunch of funding. We weren't born with a family vineyard, so we had to figure things out on our own.
Two Black women in a male-dominated field making history.
In an industry that there aren't a lot of women, there definitely aren't a lot of people of color. There is bias.
They began making wine in New Zealand and California in 2010. Now the McBride Sisters Wine Company is the largest Black-owned and female-owned wine company in the U.S.
What did you think the first time you saw a bottle of wine with your family's name on it?
We were at a restaurant and we were sitting next to a family that was dining, and they ordered a bottle of wine that was ours, and they cheers. It was amazing.
There are currently over 8,700 wineries in the U.S., but less than 1% are Black-owned, and just 14% have a woman as their head winemaker.
Why do you think that is?
It's a long legacy of people hiring the same kind of like-minded folks. So little change and diversity has happened for a very long time.
Determined to change that, the McBride sisters created the She Can Fund in 2019 to support female entrepreneurs. So far, that fund has awarded $3 million in grants and scholarships, including one to Fern Stroud, whose company Black Vines organizes events featuring Black winemakers and merchants. Stroud says winning the $10,000 grant kept her business afloat during the pandemic.
It's literally changed the trajectory of our business. Like, we have been able to touch places that otherwise it wouldn't have happened without that. And so thank you.
This year, the fund is focused on the next generation.
We reached out to Southern University, which is a large agricultural university, and HBCU. We also flew out students and faculty to the Napa wine region to help introduce brown and Black students to winemaking.
How important is it for those students to see women who look like you in this industry?
Representation is everything.
My grandmother was a sharecropper in Mississippi. My great aunts worked as domestic in New Orleans. To go back down south and actually change the trajectory for little brown and Black girls to say, not only can you work in the wine and hospitality industry, but there's a place for you here in California.
It's not lost on us that we have the ability to be impactful in these ways. It's a big part, I think, what keeps us going.
95% of their employees are women, including their head winemaker. Fitting for two sisters who didn't even know about each other until later in life.
I was 25 years old, and up to that point, I thought I was an only child.
They grew up on opposite ends of the world in two major winemaking regions, Andréa in Marlborough, New Zealand, Robin in Monterey, California. Their shared father, Kelly McBride's dying wish that his family connect his daughters.
I remember this person walking off the jet bridge and it took my breath away. I was like, oh, that's my sister. I'm seeing her for the first time. And I get so emotional about that, you know. It's been so long and it still makes me super weepy.
Why does it still bring tears to your eyes after all these years?
We'd lost our father, I'd lost my mother, and I thought I was an only child.
We bonded immediately and we just hugged and cried.
Two sisters climbing the vine of success and transforming the wine industry one glass at a time.
What would your dad think about the two of you finding each other and then building this business together?
He would be like, great, you are the largest Black-owned, great, you are the largest women-founded, but let's get to being the biggest and the best.
Alexis Christoforous for GMA3.
Oh, such a great story. They're trying to get our attention to the camera, but we can't stop watching
No,
the
we were
piece.
watching
That
it.
was so good, so
And
powerful.
I was wondering, where's the bottle? I heard it somewhere in this building.
Or
Where
there's
is
She Can canned wine, too, which I'm a fan of. But it's so important to have women in that industry. Women's palates are different, right? So to have women-made wine, Fantastic.
And it's supposed to be really, really good, so I can't wait to try it.
I can vouch for that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Alexis, for that report. And you can find the McBride Sisters wine at major grocery chains nationwide.
And they have their sights set on expanding the brand internationally in the near future, so good for them. Congratulations.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.